And hello, hello, hello. Welcome once more. Come warm yourself around the fire. That is Scottish baseball. Tech issues abound in the weather today. I'm Ewan Spence. You can hear my voice. You never can see me on these broadcasts except for at the end interviews. Well, not more chance of that today. Ruben Hustler is in the truck. Say hello, Ruben.
Hello, Ruben.
And if you're wondering why he sounds a little bit more fraught than normal, we are having a couple of visual tech issues. So although we are recording the video, we can't actually get the video into the broadcast system to send out to that as well. So I'm just hopeful that we're getting audio. So we're going to do this. We're getting audio coming through. So we're going to do this old school Red Barber style. We're going to go full radio on this one. You still get the bug in the corner. You still get my voice. You still get a ticker coming in maybe as we go through. And as always, your comments are welcome back on our live chat. And yes, welcome to the game. And it is a game that is actually proving to be more pivotal to the middle of the table than you might have first spotted and guessed at the start of the season. The Glasgow Comets are here visiting Edinburgh Cannons. Comets 2-1 and currently sitting second in the league behind Tayport's 2-0 record. Lost last week to local rivals, the Glasgow Galaxy. Edinburgh Cannons 1-1. They had a rest week last week, but before that they lost out to our league leaders, Tayport. Thomas Haywood is our umpire behind the plate. He's coming and giving me a thumbs up. I will give him a thumbs back. And we will be getting underway. Comets are your visiting team and your 1-2-3. Well, we're going to start off immediately with what appears to be pitcher on pitcher. We have JC Martez, Danny Quinn, and Suarez being your 1-2-3 for the Glasgow Comets. I'm going to do my best to keep you up here without the visuals. Let's get ready to start. And for those of you who are keeping track, first pitch is at 2:17, and it's a ball to start with. Kid Searle is going to be pitching for the Edinburgh Cannons, his first appearance on the mound this year. It's the first appearance for any other pitcher than Garrett Stell for the Cannons. Pitch comes in, 2-0. We'll just give you a little bit more field mic on it this week as well. And into the backstop there. That is something you still can hear.
Hey, well, me and my buddy here, we did the greatest.
Pitch comes down.
That's it, yeah.
And it's low zone. Martez hoping for the walk and already starting the jog up, but no. Count goes 3-1. First strike thrown from Kit Searle there. And it's another pitch that drops in there. Takes us to a full count, 3-2.
Here we go, kid. Hey, best pitch here. Fight back.
The count is full. And as we say here in Scotland, we're knocking on the door. That door is called Something's Gonna Happen. Pitch comes in, wide and low. There's the walk there. First appearance at the plate from Martez. First base runner for the Glasgow Comets. With a walk there. Taking Martez. First batter runner goes to first runner and a walk up to first base. Outfield umpire, Paul Convoy. Two umpire coverage going in here. Paul taking himself infield. Danny Quinn. EC and pitcher. Runner goes from first up to second on the strike. Martez puts himself into scoring position there on the steal. Danny Quinn goes behind in the count of the plate for 0-1. Catching team captain Rory Dunn just coming out for a conflab with his pitcher Kit Searle. And a big thank you all out there who are watching on YouTube. Welcome.
Yeah, Dallas Fort Worth. That's where I grew up. Right at him now.
Martez taking the lead. Maybe about 10 feet of a lead, certainly threatening the steal into second. Pitch comes in high. 1-1.
That's quite dangerous. I think we should fill that in.
Hey, there are children here.
Hey, good idea. You'll find it. You'll find it. Settle in.
Comets go ahead back as well, 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, that's what I'm saying, is it 2-1?
0-2. 0-2.
Runner still sitting there up in scoring position. Martez. Martez just threatening more and more just to try and draw. Ball coming in. Pitch goes inside and low, 2-2. Count goes equal high.
Hey, right after.
You join us in a late start on the game. Pitch comes in. That's high. Once more, we get a full count of 3-2. Second full count that Searle has seen. Runner's going to go on the swing, check swing, but hits the bottom low corner. And that's a strike out looking. Danny Quinn. It's one away. Setting up now, third baseman Suarez for the Glasgow Comets. Defensive lineup for the Cannons. Jimenez, Smith and Pillows are your outfielders. Pujols third base, so Rosario shortstop, Gonzalez second base, Steve Silverag first base. It's noted Kit Searle pitching, Rory Dunn catching. Pitch comes in on Suarez and just goes to the outside.
Hey, nothing.
Pitch comes in for the strike. Rory Dunn just throws a gentle throw up to third base, keep everybody honest, and keep Martez pinned down at second base. Count goes 1-1. Little look around the field. And it's a twist to go back up to second base to stop the steal. It's an overthrow from Searle, but not a lot of pace on that, so doesn't roll far enough into the outfield for Martez to consider going anywhere else. Back to the base in time. Pick-off attempt there from Kit Searle. Count remains at 1-1.
Hey, great pitch.
Now the strike comes in. Just the one base runner up at second base in scoring position. Counts it's 1-2. Searle ahead in the count pitching side. And takes strike 3. And the punch out there on a low into the outside of the zone there for strike 2. Barrios the catcher comes up, 2 away for the Glasgow Comets here in the top of the first as they visit the Edinburgh Cannons. All you out there popping into the live stream, we are having some tech issues. So we're going old school audio for live, and we'll have the camera sorted out for a rebroadcast midweek. Pitch comes in high and on inside there. 1-0 in the count. Still the solitary base runner up at second base. Pitch comes in fast, grazes the outside high zone. Barrios Barrios with just a single look at the eye, letting his bench know he wasn't sure about that. But the strike zone established there, 1-1. Martez looking to steal second, decides to head back to second base as Sarah throws another throw just to keep everybody honest. And it comes back from second baseman Gonzalez to the mound. 1-1 count, pitch comes down. It's low, but the golf swing is going to turn that ball into a strike. 1-2. 2 away already.
Way ahead. Best pitch here.
Cannons solid defensive pitching here from Kitsal. Just the walk so far.
Here we go, Kit. Lock in.
Counts at 1-2. Decision made. Pitch comes in. It's high and a ball. Steele had already started from second down to third with a bit of a lead. And that gets Martez onto third base. It's going to get credit as a stolen base there. So a walk, a steal, and a steal so far. But with 2 away and a count at 2-2, Kitsal can bring an end to this half inning and keep the score sheet clean. And that's a wild pitch there. Everybody stays steady. Ball just rolling into the backstop. But here at Edinburgh, the backstop is very close. So those pass balls don't generally convert to 90 feet for the team on offense. Martez has walked and stolen himself around. He's at third base now, 90 feet away from scoring the first home run. Time call because of a canine interruption. But the dog is now off the field, and we can welcome the game of baseball back. Catcher Barrios is here, facing another full count. Kitsal his first appearance for the season, racking up the pitch count. Pitch comes in, inside low, inside high. It's a walk issued. Runners go to the corners for the Glasgow Comets. Stepping up now, 5th in the lineup, centre fielder Perrier. Count goes back obviously in the reset to not. Searle has it all to do again. Runner goes from first from second for a very early steal attempt, slides into second. It's an overthrow from Searle going up to second, and that gives Martez an opportunity to sprint down from third base into home and put the first run on the board. The overthrow also allows Barrios to take himself over to third base as well. So first run goes onto the board on a stolen base for Martez. Barrios takes himself up to second on the stole and then on the throw over to third base. First blood goes to the Comets. 1 run in, 2 away. Second run is sitting there up on third base. And third pitch comes in high, but it's swung on hard, goes into the centre left outfield. Nobody underneath that, finds the gap. So not only is that a first solid hit of the game for the Comets coming from the back of Perriera, it's also an RBI with Barrios driven in as well. It's his second run, goes on the board from a 2-out situation. And no runs, it goes to a 2-out situation with 2 runs scored. Captain Ian Davidson now steps up. Plays at first base. We'll be hoping to get up to first base on this plate appearance as well. Runners are on the corners for the Glasgow Comets. First test on the outfield of the Cannons defense. Well, the hole was found. New batter for Kitsal base. First and third base occupied. Second base is open. 2 away. Runner goes from first for this attempt to the steal. Ian Davidson lost that high and hard, and it is going to go foul and out of play comfortably down the third base line. For those of you who've been here at Edinburgh Youth before, you'll know that's our good old friend, the foul tree. Just hangs over into foul territory. Most of it is in out of bounds, and it collects quite a few of those high fly balls down the left-hand side, which is managed there. So the steal obviously goes back, so that's scrubbed. Runners remain on the corners for the Glasgow Comets. Count is 0-1 with 2 away. Runner goes again, still goes up from first to second. Rory Duncatcher throws a long loop up to second base. It's not in time. And second base. Well, second baseman Gonzalez leaves that for the shortstop Del Rosario to move in and pick up the pick-off attempt. It is an attempt, it's not successful. Pereira scrabbles into a stolen base at second. Strike thrown. One runner in scoring position up in second base. First and third are open. 2 away here as the Glasgow Comets visit the Edinburgh Cannons. Pitch in high, but it's swung as well from Captain Ian Davison for the third strike. So the first of innings of 7 for the Glasgow Comets is done. It is 3 strikeouts going onto the card for Kit Searle, but not before 2 runs were scored by the Comets. That all comes off 1 hit, 1 left on base. No errors charged to the Edinburgh Cannons as we go into the middle of the first. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Find out more at facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball. I'm Ewan Spence, Ruben Hustler's in the truck. The cameras here are non-existent, so we're doing it old school radio on audio only. Thanks for your time. We will be back at the bottom of the first as the Edinburgh Cannons chase that 2-run lead from the Glasgow Comets. Welcome back to Warriston Park in the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field. Glasgow Comets take on the Edinburgh Cannons. We go into the bottom of the first. Edinburgh Cannons get Dunn, Searle and Del Rosario. 1, 2, 3. And JC Martez is going to be pitching, and that first pitch comes in wide and outside to account for 1-0. Your defensive lineup for the Glasgow Comets. In the outfield, Quinn, Pereira and Flores left, centre, right. Suarez on third base, Spencer at shortstop, Rodriguez at second base, Davidson, the captain, at first base, JC Martez pitching, and Barrios as your catcher. Pitch comes down, Captain Rory Dunn swings and misses on that one as it hits the outside high over home plate. Next pitch, outside low for a ball. Count goes 2-2. It's high and equal. And a sinker coming through there for strike 3. And that's 1 away. Pitcher time. Kit Searle for the Edinburgh Cannons steps up to swing the bat, as we have JC Martez looking to throw right past that bat as well. 1 away. For those of you just tuning in on the YouTube live stream, we are having technical issues. Pitch comes in, bunt shown, but it's a strike high in the outside of the zone, not in 1. we are having technical issues with the audio. Not with the audio. I'm the issue with the audio. That's always going to be here in these broadcasts. We do have an issue with our cameras, so we're doing an audio only. And that's a lofted pitch. The underneath with the bat, lobbed up high, popped up to centre field, and the second out for the Edinburgh Cannons as Pereira has plenty time to sit underneath that and let the ball fall into the glove. 2 away. So yes, we are. We don't have any images for you today, so we're just going to do our best to keep you up to date with an audio only. Pitch comes in and not one, low and outside for a strike. It's Miguel Del Rosario, the Edinburgh Cannons shortstop, at the plate now. 2 away, no runners. Foul down the third base line, chopped into the ground and rolling into the Glasgow Comets dugout. It's 0-2 on the count.
Hey, here we go, Miguel. Hey, good at bat. Hey.
Count is 0-2, 2 away here in Edinburgh. And that ball comes in high down the centre line. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here we go, Miguel.
Comets defense is playing deep in the outfield. And that is strike 3. It goes wide outside and low, but the swing of the bat turns the ball into a strike. 3 up, 3 down there to strike out on Captain Rory Dunn. Pop up to Searle, deep centre field, and caught by centre fielder and Del Rosario with a swinging strike to finish there. 3 up, 3 down, and at the bottom of the first inning, it's no runs for the Edinburgh Cannons off no hits, none left on base, no errors charged to the Glasgow Comets. It's a 2-0 game. I always find weird going nil. That's the Scottish football coming through on baseball commentary here out of Scotland. We're going radio only thanks to an issue with the cameras. I'm Ewan Spence. We're going into the half innings now. And while we have no cameras, we do have a snazzy graphic to show you a little bit of a break. Welcome back to the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here in Edinburgh as the visitors, the Glasgow Comets, are 2 runs up as we go into the bottom, as we go into the top of the second. Your 1, 2, 3 are going to be Rodriguez, Flores and Spencer. That's 7, 8 and 9 in the lineup. Teams in the Baseball Scotland League all have the option to run with a designated hitter for a 10th, but Glasgow Comets are not taking that option today, so they are banning 9. The Edinburgh Cannons are banning with 10 DHs Peter Rowe. Anyway, count goes 2-0, and that is a pop-up high and into the Glasgow dugout, down to third base line. Count goes to 2-1. We said earlier, well, those joining us, we do have an issue with the videos at the moment. And that's a swing there. Bat goes out of the hand down the first base line. Ball goes foul down the third base line there. We'll just do that in an action replay. Bat goes down the first base line. Ball goes down the third base line. Foul. Hey, Ruben, it's easier to do replays when it's audio only. Cheaper as well, yeah. Feel free to leave a comment as well on how you're getting on. We've got plenty of, a little bit more space to fill. And that is popped up going into Joe. It's dropped out of the left field. Did find the gap. But the drop there means we get a base runner there. We'll wait to see if we get an official score giving that an error or not. There wasn't a lot of time underneath the ball. So we are doing unofficial scores here. Rodriguez, we're going to give the hit on that one as well. Runner goes first up to second as he looks to make the steal. It's comfortably into second base. Slightly off target throw, but not far enough that you would want to try and get any further. Rodriguez doing the Scottish two-step. Step one, to get on base with a single. And step two, get yourself up to second base on a steal. Kitsal just keep an eye on second base. Throws that pitch in, it's high, and then fouled deep into the stands behind the backstop. Count goes Norton 1.
One ball, one strike.
We have a runner on second base. First and third are open. And the steal attempt was made, and he's caught in between the two bases. Kitsal passes that ball over, goes to shortstop. Del Rosario runs back to second base, picked up by Gonzalez, covering second. And that's a caught stealing there on a 1-6-4. For those of you keeping track. That's another runner in scoring position. Not developing there for the Comets, but they are 2 runs up already. One away. Pitch comes down wide and low on the outside.
Two balls, one strike.
2 and 1 there. Bases are all cleared.
Good idea. Good spot.
2 runs up, 1 away. Pitch comes in, it's route 1, so bats underneath it. It's going long into deep center field. It's rolling towards the fence, stops in time, so there's no ground rule double. There's a chance to make the triple. Speed's going on, and it is an overthrow, and the foot was on the bag as the ball went out, so we got ourselves a little league home run. On what is going to be credited as a triple and overthrow on that one there on the scorecards. Nevertheless, the biggest number that you can get on there is the extra run scored, but it is going to go down as a triple and error.
Yeah, time's out.
One more run on the board. Comets push himself out into a 3-0 lead. Shortstop Spencer is now up for the Glasgow Comets, looking to keep the pressure on the Edinburgh Cannons. Left-hand batter, and not a huge number of lefties here in Baseball Scotland as a whole. So outfield just bias themselves towards the right-hand side of the outfield. Count 1 and 1. Pitch in, swing on that ball. That was tempted to go outside, but the swing turns the ball to a strike for 1 and 2. And there's the ball there to get an equal high count at 2 and 2. And that's a swing and a miss for the second out of the top of this innings. And we go back to the top of the lineup. AC Martez pitcher drew a walk at the top of the first. 2 away. Pitch comes in, it hits hard and foul over the roof of the Glasgow Comets dugout. And luckily our little leaguers behind the foul tree have got out of the way in time and know what the ball and count comes in there. And we got a pop-up on that pitch. It's going to come down with snow on it. And that's comfortably caught by the third baseman, Pujols. That is 3 away. 2 runs scored against the Cannons in the first inning. 1 run scored against the Cannons there in the second inning. So numbers on the doors. 1 more run for 3 runs in total. 2 hits for a total of 3 hits so far. And none left on base for the Glasgow Comets. 1 error charged to the Edinburgh Cannons. And in our 7 innings game, we're going into the middle of the second. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball. I'm Ewan Spence. That's the middle of the second, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here in Edinburgh. I'm Ewan Spence, behind the microphone. Ruben Hustlers in the truck. We have sacrificed 1 more camera and we still cannot get the video running. So we're going audio only on the stream. Thank you all for bearing with us. Bottom of the second. Edinburgh Cannons are down 3. Smith, Rowe and Silverberg are going to be your 1, 2, 3. JC Martez openings there with the ball, and Cannons getting ahead in the count, 1-0. Connor Smith's bat can get hot during the season, and when it does, tends to like to send them deep and out to the centre field. That said, Glasgow Comets have actually come in just a little in centre field, and if they need to, hoping to get the run back safely. Counts 2-1. That one there just grazing outside low of the strike zone. And just settling back in. Connor Smith stepping out of the box just to take a few practice swings. AC Martez just getting his composure on the mound. Pitch comes in, and it is hit high and hard. It is in foul territory, but is there time to get underneath it? There is, but it's not going to stay in the glove of first baseman Ian Davidson. That's a tough one to catch on the run. That is getting close, close to the boundary, as it were, as well. No pain in not getting that sort of ball as well. But, as you said, if Connor Smith's bat gets hot, he's got the distance to go yard. And that was there. Just popped up a little bit too high. A little bit. Needed just pulled a little bit more. And that's the warning put in. And the outfield just goes a little bit further out for the Glasgow Comets. But in any case, it's a strike thrown there from JC Martez. Connor Smith threatening the damage, but in the end, it's the first out and away as the Comets stay comfortably in control. 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. 1 up, 1 down so far in the second. Designated hitter Peter Rowe is now stepping up for the Edinburgh Cannons. As mentioned, in this league you do have the choice to play DH or not. Outside centre there on a fastball. And there's a swung, and it goes foul down the third base line. Row going down that one to dig it out the bottom of the zone. Count goes 0-2. A little bit of hush in the field. Wind up pitch comes in high, but hits the top of the zone and drops in quite nicely. 3 strikes thrown there cleanly. 4th strikeout so far for Martez in the game. First baseman Steve Silverberg now at home plate for the Edinburgh Cannons. One of our other left-hand pitchers, left-hand players. So that's going to be pitched around. We're looking to make some action going here. Against another bat that has the distance if it can get warm. And the Comets are keeping the Cannons off balance here, not letting them really get in to get any productive offense going. Strikes are coming down. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Equal high count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the second inning. Cannons down by 3. Pitch comes in, and it's a bouncer down the first baseline into the glove of Ian Davidson, who just strolls over, puts the foot on the bank in plenty time, and that's an unassisted 3. For those of you keeping score at home, 3 up, 3 down in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down in the second inning for the Glasgow Comets. Numbers for the Cannons: no runs, no hits, none left on base, no errors in that inning charged to the Glasgow Comets. 1 error charged in the top of the inning earlier to the Cannons. 2 innings away, and it's a 3-0 game to the visitors, Glasgow Comets, here on Baseball Scotland.
Fire up.
Let's go, Cat.
Here we go, guys. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup.
Here we go, Kit.
Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the second inning here at Edinburgh. Comets are ahead 3 runs against the Cannons, who've zeroed. Ruben. And that's just going to miss. Sorry, we had a pop-up there that was heading straight toward the commentary table because we haven't managed to get a roof yet. Thankfully, just a little bit of a wind catching that and drifting it foul just beside the Edinburgh Cannons dugout. Your 1, 2, 3 for this inning for the Comets are Quinn, Suarez, and Barrios, who are back round 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. Quinn got to a full count in his first appearance, but was then struck out looking. Count is 1-0. Cannons defense is there deep. And strike there hits the inside low of the zone. Righty. Pitches in, and that is swung on to the outside.
Yeah, falls off his bat onto Rory.
Hit the bat into the plate, hit the ball, a bit of everything.
To the right there, just Rory Dunn and Thomas Hayward, our plate umpire. Going through all the fun and games of that there. And that's a ground ball down the third base lines. Picked up there in third base, thrown over to Steve Silverberg in time across the diamond for what would normally be a comfortable 5-3 if you're in the majors, but closing in time here at Baseball Scotland.
Johnny, that ball went right down the line. Yeah, right down the line.
Kits pitcher there. It's the first time he's got the lead off batter out. That's lofted high and comfortably into the center fielder's glove of Connor Smith. 2 away, 2 up, 2 down. Suarez struck out in that first inning there. He's out on a fly ball to the center field. 2 away. Cannons will be looking to hold that lead to just 3 runs held by the Comets. Okay. Ball high there as we go to Barrios, who drew a walk on a full count previous appearance. Comets coming into the game with a 2-1 record against the Edinburgh Cannons 1-1. And that's a pop-up high from Barrios. It's going into shallow left, shallow right field. Center fielder Connor Smith comes over to take that one out of the air. Takes it out comfortably. 3 up, 3 down. Ground out. Third base over to first base on Danny Quinn. Fly out in Suarez. And a fly out on Barrios as well. It's the first 1, 2, 3 innings of the game for the Edinburgh Cannons. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball for more. I'm Ewan Spence. We've got audio but no video at the moment, unless you're watching the rebroadcast, and we had the pre-record. I'll be back shortly.
Bienvenidos.
How are you, mate? Good.
Bottom of the third here in Edinburgh. Cannons are chasing a 3-run lead from the Glasgow Comets, but pitcher Kitsal just giving them a 1-2-3 previously, so no runs in this inning for the Comets and a chance for the Cannons to cut down on that lead.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Count goes not in 2. We play 7 innings here at the AAA level here in Baseball Scotland. Normally we would have a camera running as well. We're recording it, and we will fix that in post-production. But for the live broadcast at the moment, we are radio only, and we thank you for bearing with us, and I will do my best, Red Barber, to keep everything in place. And for those of you who don't recognize the name Red Barber, have some homework. Swing and a miss there on Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Pujols, and Jimenez is going to be our 1-2-3 in this inning. Put one away already. 5th strikeout thrown by JT Martez in what is turning out to be a strong game for the pitcher. 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down in the second. 1 up, 1 down so far in the third. Decision made between himself and catcher Barrios. That's a fastball down the middle. Count goes 0-1.
Hey,
1-1 for the count, low and into the outside.
1 ball and strike.
Comets defense is still deep, and it might be needing that. That ball is popped up into the shortstop glove. Has to reach back over the shoulder and stumbles and falls back, but the ball stays in the glove. Scrabbly catch, but a catch that counts. 2 away. Still no base runners. Still no hits. 2 up, 2 down there. I feel Jimenez at the plates now for the Cannons. And slightly inside and high on Thomas Haywood's zone. Count goes 0-1. Strike 2. Hits the top and the outside of the zone there.
I asked Steve why they didn't sell him here, and he said he thinks they're probably illegal.
5 strikeouts already thrown. Pitch comes in, and that's hit hard, bounces in front of the third baseman. Ball goes over to the first base. It's going to be in time as well for another 5-3 put out there. It is 3 up, 3 down here in the third inning. 5 strikeouts so far. We had a strikeout there on Gonzalez, pop up to Pujols shortstop, and then an old-fashioned 5-3 for the third out. If you want to stay in the threes, it's still a 3-run lead to the Comets. Little duck eggs there though. No runs, no hits, none left on base for the Edinburgh Cannons there. No errors charged to the Comets. 3 of 7 are played. I'm Ewan Spence, Ruben Hustler in the truck, and I will be back with you shortly. No camera, just the fussy graphics. Welcome back to Baseball Scotland's game of the week here as the Glasgow Comets 3 runs ahead of the still to score Edinburgh Cannons. Your 1-2-3 here for the Comets: Pereira, Davison and Rodriguez. Pereira with an RBI single in his first at bat. And fouls that one high and behind into the stands. Equalised low count of 1-1.
One more, one strike.
As mentioned, we are having some technical issues with the live stream video. So if you're watching us live, we'll do our best to do this audio only. Foul grounder down the third base line. Goes 1 and 2. By all means, if you've got comments to leave, let us know where you're watching. And thanks to Alex and Desmond for joining in the comments. It is a great day for baseball. No bright sun. There again, no wind or breeze either, so that officially goes down as scorching summer here in Scotland. The temperature dropped down. We've got a little bit of cloud cover coming over, but it is very much gustless and breezeless, so good playing conditions here as well. Well, pitch bounces in front of the plate there. Perrier, Davison, Rodriguez are going to be your 1, 2, 3 for the Glasgow Comets. And fouled. Fouled off the backstop. And if we had stands down the first base line, that's where we'd be. Okay, and it's an equal high count, 2 and 2. And that's hit hard and into the shortstop position, bounces on the ground, picked up by Del Sarri over to Silverberg in time for the first out there. 6-3.
Another one.
One away there for the Glasgow Comets. Jakit Sarl, after not having the defence backing him up in the first 2 innings, has now managed to induce the ground outs and the fly outs over his last 5 outs there. That one comes in low as Comets captain Davison goes ahead in the count for 1-0. And that's cracked high and hard going out into left field. Bounces past and over the head of left fielder Jimenez over the fence for a ground rule double there. And let's be honest, that ground rule probably saved 90 feet for the Cannons. That third base was clearly on in terms of the speed of Davison and the distance the ball reached. Would he have risked running that for home as well? You know, the option would have been there and it would have been an interesting decision, but nevertheless, ground rule double kicks in as it bounces over the outfield fence here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field. So we have a runner in scoring position up on second base. One away, one on. Glasgow Comets looking to extend that lead from 3-0 to 4-0.
Hey, just missed. Good spot.
Rodriguez took a single in his first at bat. Ahead in the count here. First base is open.
Hey, live there.
With one out.
Strike. Hey, just missed.
Count goes 2-1. Ian Davison up at second base, taking a little bit of a lead each time, just keeping everybody eyes there. Searle throws it back to second base. But Davison bouncing with a little bit of a lead, but plenty of time to get back. In time, second base remains on second base in scoring position. Count stays 2-1. Pitch comes in, swung hard. It's a bouncer. Goes into the gap, but picked up by shortstop Del Rosario. Long throw, first base in time, one away. Ian Davison gets himself down to third base on the play, though. 90 feet away from home, but 2 away. That's probably a good trade in the minds of the Cannons for the second out.
2 down, guys, 2 down. Here we go, Kit. Hey, let's hold him here.
2 away. Runner to third base for the Comets. Hit hard down the third base line there. Into the glove of third baseman. Loops over to first. In time. And that's in time. Davison does get to put his foot on the plate, but that doesn't score anything. 4 up there to go, 3 down. But it's an impressive inning, not just from Kit Searle inducing those ground outs, but also from shortstop Del Rosario throwing to Steve Silverberg. Those 3 outs, just to remind you, 6-3 on the first out, 6-3 on the second out, 6-3 on the second out. And the Comets' lead remains at 3. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join the fun. Facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball. We're halfway through the 4th of a 7 innings game. This is the midpoint, and we'll be back shortly with the bottom of the 4th as the Cannons look to chase that 3-run lead and make a dent in it. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the 4th inning here in Baseball Scotland's Sunday game between the 2-1 Glasgow Comets against the 1-1 Edinburgh Cannons. Sitting second and third in the league respectively. Tayport 2-0, who currently are in the middle of playing the Glasgow Galaxy up on the shores of the Tay. Oh no, we flipped him round. They've went down to Glasgow, so they'll be sitting at Tollcross Park just now. We'll look to get that score with you as quick as we can.
Hey, let's swing strikes. Here we go.
It's an equalised count here for your 1-2-3 for the Cannons. Is going to be Pillows back to the top of the order for Dunn and Searle. Count goes 1 and 2 as Pillows goes to swing on a low and outside and turns that ball into a strike. Martez still on the mound, decides to pitch that one, and it's high and it's popped up, it's going into the infield, and that is a comfortable catch for shortstop Spencer for the first one away.
Let's wait back.
You turned around like I'm coming.
No, what the heck we got you?
Turn around, come on, next. Let's go.
Let's go, Skip. Hey, do a job now.
10 batters faced by JC Martez.
Go 1-5.
10 outs recorded. Back to the top of the order, and it's Captain Rory Dunn looking to give the Edinburgh Cannons their first base runner of the day. And that is a hit hard on the ground. It goes past pitchers, picks up to second baseman, throws over to the first baseman, and that is in time as there is Rodriguez Davidson doing that matchup there for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. Pitcher time is Kit Searle. Pitcher for the Cannons steps up to the mound to face pitcher JC Martez for the Glasgow Comets. Searle popped out to deep centre field in his first at bat. Goes ahead in the count though, 1-0 here. And that's an inside and hit by pitch. Cannons have their first base runner there in Kit Searle.
Tranquilo. Last time curveball.
Stepping up now, Miguel Del Rosario, shortstop who did sterling work in the previous innings for the Edinburgh Cannons. Now facing JC Martez, who throws behind Del Rosario there for a cricket wide ball at 1-0 on the count. Runner on first. Runner decides to go up. Searle's speed is going for second base, slides in. Waiting for the umpire. Called safe on the steal at second. The smartly fast thrown ball from the plate towards second baseman Rodriguez. Not in time though. as Kitzell puts themselves into scoring position. Cannons are behind by 3 runs, still to get a run on the board themselves.
Hey, here we go.
Confirmation on the count between Paul Convoy, outfield umpire, and Thomas Haywood, home plate umpire. We're at 1-1. Pitch comes in. Hits the top of the zone for 1-2. Martez just takes a moment, gathering his composure before stepping up to the mound. 15-20 foot lead taken by Kitzell coming off second base, but it goes into the glove there, and smart ground hit over to the third baseman, goes down to first base in time. Ian Davison off the bag, but applies the tag instead, and Del Rosario is out there. Nevertheless, although that's the first base runner for the Cannons, that's all they can take away from that inning. It was 4 up, 3 down with just a hit by pitch, no runs on the board, no hits made. 1 left on base, no errors charged to the Glasgow Comets, and the Glasgow Comets retain their 3-run lead. I'm Ewan Spence here for Baseball Scotland, and we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back. It's a 3-run game as we go into the top of the 5th of 7 innings.
Here we go, Cannons. Let's go 1, 2, 3 here.
Glasgow Comets, 3 runs up, looking to extend the lead. Kitzell remains on the mound for the Edinburgh Cannons. Bunt is shown, and that bunt actually pops up foul past the third base line. Your 1, 2, 3 for the Comets here is going to be Spencer, followed by Martez at the top of the order, and Quinn second. Well, that's your 1, 2, 3. Pitch comes in, bunt shown once again, popped up foul over the backstop again. Searle has time now to work the count with a 0-2. Not expecting to see a third bunt in a row. Pitch comes in, and it's a swing hard down to the second baseman. Pitch goes over to first baseman in time. Combination there from Gonzalez and Silverberg 4-3 to give us our first out of the inning. We're going to go back to the top of the order for the Comets now. Martez was a walk and a pop-up previously. And of course, after that walk, 3 stolen bases all the way around to bring in that first run of 3 for the Glasgow Comets. And the batter has not made it in time. So he's already 2 strikes down.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Thomas Haywood there deciding that the pitcher could start throwing the pitches down even though the batter wasn't ready. So in practice, JC Martez has stepped up there to an immediate 0-2 count. Ball is thrown, it takes it to 1-2. But home plate umpire Thomas Haywood looking to keep the pace of play going high. That's a ground chopper, goes over to third baseman, thrown over hard into Steve Silverberg's glove on a 5-3 there. And an unsettled Glasgow Comets pitcher there. Not getting a chance at all to go ahead in the count. It's 2 away, a 4-3 on that first out, a 5-3 on that second out. Danny Quinn now on the plate. Swing out looking, and swing out looking, strike out looking at a 5-3 grounder previously. With 2 away, none on. Searle has had. Searle has been having making sure the balls get out into the defense, which has been performing admirably afterwards. Popped up high and coming down behind the plate, and another one trying to get into the commentary box there as well. Not 1 count. For all of you out there who have tuned into the live stream on YouTube, we are having issues with the video equipment, so we are audio only for the broadcast in the game, where the Comets are 3-0 up. And that's fell back behind the backstop once more and heads to the car park, not in two.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Thankfully, nobody in the broadcast table has a Mohican, otherwise we would now be down to being a skinhead. And just sneaking over the backstop there. Pitch comes in for the ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's an equal high count, 2 and 2. 2 outs as well. Pitch comes in and that's hit and popped up again. Popped up behind the backstop. Count stays 2 and 2. 2 away for the Comets, who managed to take 2 runs in the first inning. 1 run in the second, and now being held scoreless for 8 outs. Looking for the 9th out in the 3 scoreless innings now. Quinn gets a full count. Last time he faced a full count, he struck out looking. And that's thrown into the jar in front of that, and Danny Quinn gets the walk to put him on base.
Hey, Kevin's 2 down. Let's not let him get any further, yep?
Hey, contact hitter. Contact hitter.
First runner on base is Danny Quinn for the Glasgow Comets. Scottish 2-step eyes are open. First one to get on base. Second steps to steal second. We're watching for the speed. There goes the speed. The run goes up for the attempt on the steal. That's an off-target throw to second base. So Danny Quinn takes himself to second on a stolen base. And with 2 outs, he's going to have to be careful. He's probably not going to look to steal third. Pitch comes in and that's chopped off, foul down third base line. One runner in scoring position. 3 runs ahead, 2 away for the Comets. Comets Suarez struck out and fly out previously. And he can add a second strikeout to that on his line score today. That's 3 away, 1 runner left on base up at second. No hits for the Glasgow Comets. No runs scored that inning as well. No errors charged to the Edinburgh Cannons. That 3-run lead was not extended, and they have a chance going into the bottom of the 5th and 7th to make that up. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Find out more at facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-run lead to the Glasgow Comets, who are now on defence. Edinburgh Cannons looking to make that up as quickly as possible. It's a 7-run game, so the clock is running down, just 9 outs remaining. Smith, Rowe and Silverberg is going to be your 1, 2, 3 as we go through here. Connor Smith struck out at his first appearance, but did have a massive hit that just went slightly foul down the first base line, but had the distance to go yard. J.C. Martez remains on the mound for the Glasgow Comets. Count goes 2-1. Defense is playing deep in the outfield for the Comets. And there's a chopper that bounces away from there. Shortstop walks down in time to pick that up next to the mound. Throws that over to first base and called out. 1 away for the Edinburgh Cannons. on a scrappy but focused 6-3. The hit bounced around front of home plate and it rolled into the gap just next to the mound, but the shortstop Spencer sprinting in time, scooping up the ball. Time to exchange that into the hand and throw it over to first base for what in the end was a comfortable out. DH Peter Rowe is already behind in the count, 0-1 struck out on his first at bat. Another strike thrown there, goes inside at the belt. For those of you who are tuning into a live stream, thanks very much. We are having issues with the video, so we are audio only at the moment. Count goes 1-2. So your game is a 3-0 game for the visitors, the Glasgow Comets. We're in the bottom of the fifth as the Cannons are chasing that run differential. Peter Rowe pops that up behind the plate and over the backstop, over the commentary table and into the car park there. Count remains 1-2. By all means, leave your comments. I'd love to know where you're all watching from. Myself, Hugh and Spence here, of course, right behind home plate. Ruben Hustle in the truck, who's cursing very loudly at some software right now. Pitch comes in, popped up high. It's into foul territory. The run is going in, and that is the pitcher coming out. JC Martez into foul territory, taking that out of the sky for the second out. Those of you teaming your scorecards, it's P1F. Pop up, called by the pitcher in foul territory. Certainly that's how much I use my scoring annotations. You may well have your own at home. 2 away. Comets are not getting on the board. They've just had one solitary base runner so far from a hit by pitch. That pitch is a strike. Martez is having one of those games that pitchers love. The defense really trusting their pitcher just now. Count goes 1-1. It's low and equal. Steve Silverberg here. Ground out to first base in his first at-bat. Second at-bat, he is ahead of that now, 2-1. Silverberg's been having a great game at first base, burning up Miguel Del Rosario over at shortstop for the Cannons. Can he get his bat lit up? Bounces down the line, past first base, goes into the outfield, just short of hitting the fence, so it is just a single, but it is just a second base runner for the Edinburgh Cannons in the game, and it is the first hit that JC Martez has picks up hitless over 4 innings and 2 outs. And now one of the fastest runners of the Edinburgh Cannons is on base at first in Steve Silverberg. Single is done. He'll be looking for the steal to get up into scoring position. Gonzalez now struck out in his first at-bat. Gets the ball high and on the inside to go ahead in the count 1-0. Silverberg being kept honest by the Comets captain Ian Davidson at first base. Just a 4 or 5 foot lead being taken there. Pitch comes in low and outside for 2-0.
Attack. Here goes it. Hey, good swing, baby.
And there, count goes 2-1. Really just kicking off the bat there. Hi, Casman. Thanks to yourself. Rooting in for Glasgow for yourself coming over there. We have lost video camera on this one, so we're doing our best to keep you in place with the audio. We've got a high equal count at 2-2. Steve Silverberg not able to get any of this stealing on. He's still at first base. And there's a low swing on a ball, which was already going to hit the bottom outside of the zone anyway for the third out. Once more, an unproductive inning for the Edinburgh Cannons. And Martez really leaning in. This time, they're relying on the defense a little bit more to get the first out with the ground out 6-3, and then a pop out and a strike out to follow. No runs scored by the Edinburgh Cannons. No hits previously. 1 hit now on the board. First hit, 1 left on base as well. But that 3-run lead for the Glasgow Comets is preserved as we head into the 6th of 7 here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field in Edinburgh. Top of the 6th here in Edinburgh as the Glasgow Comets took a 2-run lead in the first, added one more run in the second, and preserved that 3-0 game all the way through to the 6th of 7. Your 1, 2, 3 are going to be Barrios, Pereira and Davidson. Barrios drawing a walk on a full count in the first inning before flying out to left field in his second appearance. Third appearance gets underway now. Pitch comes in, he hits that hard, high and foul behind the backstop there. Kit Searle still on the mound for the Edinburgh Cannons and goes ahead on his count. No balls, 1 strike. We have another game playing over in Glasgow. It's the Tayport Breakers, current league leaders, taking on the Glasgow Galaxy. We'll do our best to try and get you a score from there. But for now, it's a 3-0 game. Comets second in the league going into this weekend with a 2-1 record. Pitch comes in for a ball high.
Here we go, 7.
Sun comes out, a little bit of quiet goes down the field. Silent communication between catcher and pitcher. Searle throws high on that one. Just the 1 strike in the pocket, with the rest throwing balls to open up this inning for Kit Searle. This pitch comes down, and that is a hit by pitch into Barrios' left shoulder as he takes himself up to first base.
Hey, reset.
Took a walk to get on his first base in his first appearance, and a fly out, and now he's taking a hit by pitch.
Hey, double play right here, yeah?
Heading up to first base there. Barrios takes himself to be base runner for the Glasgow Comets. Pereira, single and ground out previously.
Hey, good idea.
Kits are just keeping the Scottish 2-step in step. Barrios stays at first base after a check throw over to Silverberg at first.
Hey, good spot.
Ball comes in well inside. Barrios taking a very small lead, takes off at second base. A little stutter in the middle. It's going to be in time, thrown over to Steve Silverberg, first base. Relayed up to second baseman there, but not in time. Gonzalez just not getting the bat, not getting the ball out of the glove and onto the player, attempting to do the steal there. So Barrios takes himself up to second. Our infield umpire, Paul Convoy, brings himself into the diamond. And Pereira lofts that one high into center left field. It's going distance. And it is gone. It's over the field. Home run. We've already had a Little Leaguer home run previously in the game, but now we get one going all the way round. 2 more runs on the board for the Glasgow Comets as Pereira hits a 2 RBI home run, bringing Barrios home as well after that hit by pitch at the top of the inning.
Hey, reset. Here we go.
All the bases touched. Glasgow making sure of that going through. Score racks up. It's a 5-0 game for the Glasgow Comets there. Little League home run happened in the second inning with a triple and error going through. Then genuine home run going through there as well, D into center left field. Captain Ian Davidson now strike out first plate appearance. Ground rule double in the second, fouling that one back into the backstop in this his third appearance at the plate. Not one to count. Pitch comes in high, low equal, 1-1.
One ball, one strike.
Bases have been cleared. 3-run lead extended to 5-run. None away yet. Comets can do a lot of damage here. That's a bouncer foul down the third base line.
Thank you.
Captain Ian Davidson going behind, 1 and 2.
One ball, two strike.
Alex. Thank you.
Cannon's defense staying deep now.
Yep. One ball, two strike.
Pitch comes in high inside, 2 and 2.
Two balls, two strike.
Cannons not really finding their balance in all of the game today. Comets have really put a stamp on it from the top of the first half of the innings, and then really not giving the Cannons a chance to get in either offensively or defensively either. Small run in the third inning of flyouts from Kitsal pitcher, but other than that, Cannons have just made sure, but not been enough. Ground goes over to the second baseman. Gonzalez down as Steve Silverberg at first base. First away on that one there. Little patch of ground outs are happening in the third and fourth inning, have been the only good spots so far for the Cannons defense. And there's a pitch going into the dirt. Ball 1 as we have Rodriguez with a single and a ground out. His 2 previous at-bats. And that one's popped up high, goes infield. Shortstop Miguel Rosario leaves that as the left fielder Jimenez decides to come in. Gets a good sign on that ball and takes it out of the air for the second away. And belay that dropped ball, not in time. So what could potentially have been a pop-up and away for the second. Now goes into an on-baseman with an E7. We're just going to check a second and we'll be... Ball popped up there from Rodriguez and headed out into shallow left field. There was a little bit of indecision there between shortstop Del Rosario, who started to walk back to it, and outfielder, left fielder Jimenez running in to get that one, but put his own brakes on, and the ball falls in between the two of them, Jimenez and Del Rosario. The result of that is we have another base runner for the Glasgow Comets as Rodriguez puts himself on base for the second time. 2 for 3 in the game so far. And it is just the Cannons taking a little bit of time and looking to do a defensive change. As we just have a little bit of a shuffle going around the team. We'll get you those changes in a second. Okay, fun and games there with a bundle of positional changes that will also allow the Cannons to switch out Kit Searle as the pitcher, Miguel Del Rosario going in. So what you have now, let's just run through there. Going out into the left field is our previous pitcher, Kit Searle. Connor Smith will stay in center field and Jimenez will move over to right field. Right fielder Pillows is now going to move down to the DH slot. And our DH Peter Rowe is going to move out to second base. And our second baseman Gonzalez is going to move over to shortstop, where previously we had Del Rosario, and Del Rosario is now on the mound and pitching for the Edinburgh Cannons. It's going to be his first appearance on the mound for the season for Miguel Del Rosario. And of course, Del Rosario inherits a runner at first base and just blocks the pickoff attempt. Does a pickoff attempt there as our first baseman for the Glasgow Comets. Rodriguez looking to find an extra 90 feet, but just being held in check. Count is 0-2, and there's the pickoff attempt once more. It's unsuccessful, but Del Rosario's arm, which has already been accurate coming over from shortstop to first base. Well, he's got a 30 feet less now, and it's just as accurate. Runner goes for the steal from first to second, but Flores fouls that one back down the third base line. So it's a sprint 45 feet, turn round and just gently jog back another 45 feet. No, this is fun and games when we're doing it on audio. Right now we have Flores at the mound for the Glasgow Comets, with that Little League home run earlier coming off a triple and error in the second inning. Fourth inning was a ground out, and now he's got one runner to support over at first base. One away so far, and that goes foul down the third baseline as well. Not that far going fair, and had the distance as well to at least roll out deep into left field, if not reach the fence itself, but just pulled slightly too far down the line. So everybody resets, gathers himself, runner at first, one away, 5-run lead for the Glasgow Comets here at the top of the 6th of 7 innings. Looking to pile on as many as possible and demoralize the Edinburgh Cats a little bit more as Flores pops that one up. It's fly out, it's center field. It is gone over for a ground roll double. Bounces just short of going yard, which with a runner on first could well have been another run home. So the ground roll double once more, saving the Edinburgh Cannons from another potential run coming in there. 3-hit inning so far for the Glasgow Cannons.
Good try. Good try. Oh, I get home because I was stealing. No, you didn't legally acquire the base.
Here we go, Callum. One out. That's all I'm here, yep.
Two runners in scoring position at second and third. Spencer now up, strikeout and ground out previously. Pitch comes in from Del Rosario. Gets himself ahead in the count with 0-1. Ball comes in there. Rodriguez had taken a little bit of a lead at third base, but not so far that he couldn't make it up in time. That ball gets the throw from catcher redone up to third base just to keep everybody honest. Runners on second and third, one away for the Glasgow Comets. Ninth batter Spencer shows the bunt.
It's sprung loaded. The mask, that is.
The ball.
Did it pull back?
Discussion over the count there. Pitch comes in, it's high and swung on. Lead was taken at third base, but again, enough time for Rodriguez to make himself back up in time there. Spencer just looking to make sure that the Comets stay in the game and he can go back to the order. It's a swing on a ball that was far outside there, and it is a strikeout there for two away.
Here we go, Miggy. Fight to face now. Fight to face. Everyone's waiting on base for this.
Stepping up the plate now. It's pitcher time, but it's the first time Martez is going to be facing Del Rosario. Walk, pop up, ground out previously.
Thomas. Is it 1 or 2 down? 2.
And foul down the third base line there for not and one. Runners on second and third. First base is open. Pitch in high inside for a ball. Martez quickly getting out of the way of that one as well.
One more, one strike.
We've got a low equal count. And pitch is high but swung on. It goes into the glove of the shortstop. And it's an RBI single. Scrappy grounder went up under the glove of the third baseman running in to get that one of Pujols. Gonzalez now at shortstop picking that one up there. But throw not, decision to make the throw was declined. And just letting just the one run sneak through there as well as Martez gets himself an RBI single. Rodriguez makes it home and Flores goes over to third base to give the Glasgow Comets runners on the corners with 2 away. But it's one more run and one more hit on the board. Strike there as the second base is stolen. Runners go up to second and third for 2 in scoring position now. So he's trying to get a few spots of rain. And the temperature's there. Wild pitch, and that goes into the backstop, but not far enough away from the plate for the steal down to home to be attempted. Soft throw from catcher Ray Dunn to Del Rosario as he comes in from the mound. Actually got away from him, but again, not far enough away that you want to risk getting in and getting that third out on the chance of getting home. Danny Quinn's at the plate with a strikeout looking, a ground out on a walk so far. Pitch comes down and in. It's struck down the first base line, straight into the glove of Steve Stoversberg, who will get an unassisted out there at first base. And that will bring the innings to an end, but it's not a happy innings for the Edinburgh Cannons, as the Comets could well have taken a decisive lead. 4 hits in that inning, including a home run. 3 of those runs getting in to take them to a 6-run lead. 2 left on base on that one there, and no errors charged to the Cannons, but that is a 6-run lead now as we head to the bottom of the 6th of 7 here at the Bobby Thompson Field. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball.
Already done.
Ready, right, let's go. He's standing like he's getting ready to go another practice.
Yeah, I thought that. Hey, here we go.
Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the 6th of 7 as the Edinburgh Cannons are chasing a 6-run deficit. Nothing on the board for them. 6 for the visitors, the Glasgow Comets. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. We are having some technical issues, so we have no live broadcast on the camera, although we are recording it. And we'll hopefully put that up again for play again so you can get visuals and audio. For now, you just have myself, Hugh and Spence, a microphone, and there's some eyes that are doing their best to pick out the game here. Your 1, 2, 3 was Pujols, Jimenez, and then pinch hitting for Pillows was Cornelius. But one of them is already away on a strike. 3 of those racking up, and Pujols is the first out of 3 in this innings, and potentially with 6 left, there's now only 5 outs left for the Cannons to make it down into that lead. Jimenez ground out in his first at bat, looking to get on base now at his second. Strikeout there as JC Martez continues on the mound into 6 innings. It's a 6-0 game to the Glasgow Comets.
Hey, here we go, Miguel. Contact. One more, 1 strike. Right.
Pitch comes in for Jimenez, chops that one, bounces in the ground, heads out over the third baseman, thrown over. It's an off-target throw, going up high and slow, bounces in front of the first base, not in time into the glove. So we do have base runner on the board for the Cannons there. Chopped ground ball going towards third baseman and picked up there from Suarez and thrown over to Davison, but not in time. Up to bat now. Pinch hitter Cornelius.
Hey, here we go, Cornelio. Left side, big hole.
A little bit of rain just spawning in, and of course when the rain comes in Scotland we get bright sunshine as well, just changing. And what you're seeing is you try to sight that ball come down as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch hitter Cornelius behind in the count. We have a runner on first. Jimenez not looking for the steal. Cornelius getting an equalised high count at 2-2 now. Pitch comes in and the balk is called, but we'll let the play go through. Pitcher comes down, picks up that ball, throws it over into Ian Davison's glove at first base.
Back to bat. No count on the batter. Runners advance 1 base. No stop. No stop. The pitcher box. There was no stop. If all runners, including the batter, run advance on base, then the balk is disregarded. However, the batter was called out at first, so the batter returns to bat. There's no count on that pitch.
Home play and umpire there, somebody say, would just relaying the rules there on the balk that was called as the pitch was thrown. In terms of situation, though, what's going to happen is our batter comes back, so that ground out is going to be knocked out of the book, and Cornelius returns to the batter's plate. Jimenez, though, because of the balk, is awarded second base, so moves up from first and goes into scoring position. He'd already taken off with a steal, as it were. So we have 1 away, 1 runner at second base, and we have a hit pitch there, and again it's going to be the pitcher comes down to take that one off the ground in front of him, this time comfortably in time over to Ian Davidson at first base. So it is 2 away there on a 1-3 blue. But Jimenez takes himself over to third base on the play there and puts himself 90 feet away from home, and it would be the first run for the Cannons if that last 90 feet can be made up. But it is 2 away. And we go back not only to the top of the order, but we also go to Captain Rory Dunn, who struck out and ground out in his previous at-bats. Now looking for the RBI, get his team on the board. Pitch comes in. And just pulled back there. Second pitch misses the top of the zone, so we have another ball.
skipper, big 2 out hit.
Pitch comes in just inside on the zone, goes 2-1. Jimenez still at third base, first and second are open. 2 away for the Cannons. 6 runs down, looking for some action. And that action is a high pop-up. It's going into first baseman Ian Davidson's hand. Literally puts his glove above the second baseman's head to take that out the air. Communication a bit lacking, but the out is there, so really that's the main thing for the team there. It's a pop-up 3 away, and that's 6 innings played, and the Cannons are still to get a run on the board. We're playing 7, so Comets will looking to put in even more insurance on the 6 they already have. Cannons will be looking to keep the defence as tight as possible to keep them a chance in the bottom of the 7th. The excitement rises, the pictures are still off, the audio is still running. I'm Ewan Spence. Ruben Hustler, well, I know where those angry emails are going later on here Sunday night. Coming here from Bobby Thompson Field, 1 inning to go. Speak to you soon.
Find some appropriate coloured dirt in the field and quietly fill it in.
Welcome back as we go into the 7th of 7 here, and it is, well, it's a pretty simple setup here. Our visitors, the Glasgow Comets, are up 6 runs in terms of the game. In terms of the season, they're in a 2-1 and second place in the league. Cannons are 1-1 in the league, and of course are now in defence, doing their best to keep that run differential as low as possible. Miguel Del Rosario, relief pitcher, is still there on the mound. Your 1, 2, 3 for the Comets are going to be Suarez, Barrios, and Pereira. Suarez, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Previously looking, flyout, swinging. And swings hard into a line drive going out into left field, but that is going to be an out as Kit Searle, now doing out on the left field, comfortably gets himself under that ball for the first out. This is what the Cannons need. They need to get a bang, bang, bang inning here. Keep that run differential to 6. Certainly not let it get any higher, and then get into the bottom of the 7th and pull off what would be an impressive, but not out of reach, 6 or 7 run inning if possible. It's 1 away now. That falls behind in the count is Barrios, goes to 1-0. Barrios reached on a walk, and first at bat, fly out, and a hit by pitch, second and third. Hits that high, hits that long, hits that gone. This time the left fielder, Kitchell, doesn't have a chance as that goes yard. Let's go round, clear the bases, touch them all. It's the second actual home run of the game for the Glasgow Comets. They've got a Little Leaguer home run in there as well. 1 more run on the board there for an RBI single home run. It's a 7-0 game. Cannons not finding their foothold in offense or defense this week, it has to be said. The Cannons not finding it in offense and defense. Comets comfortably in control on both sides of the equation. Pereira steps up now. Took the home run in his previous at bat. That's a 2 RBI home run there. Hits it hard. It's a fly out into deep right field, but that's not reaching the yard. That's reaching the glove of Connor Smith for the second out there. Line drive out to left field, home run to left field, fly out to center field. It's your last 3 there. It's 2 away though. Captain Ian Davidson now in strikeout, ground roll double and ground out previously. Looking to extend that run from 7 if he can. Goes ahead in the count with the ball outside and low to go 1-0. For all you watching the end of the game, thank you for tuning in. We're having a little bit of problem in the live stream with the pictures. we'll do our best to fix that so you can watch the visuals of the game later on in the week. Count goes a low equal, 1-1. As that one rolls into the backstop off Davidson's bat. Bases have been cleared with our previous home run. 7-run lead for the Comets. He's putting on another insurance one, giving the Cannons just a little bit more of a task as we go into the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss there, goes 1 and 2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Sun comes out as this pitch comes down. And it's a high equalised count to 2 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's not going to come as any surprise that the defence is sitting deep for the Cannons. And pitch there, fouls back hard. Just skittles past the Glasgow Comets dugout down third baseline. Stays equal, 2 and 2. Comes in high. We're knocking on the door. Mark, something's going to happen. It's 3 and 2. Do we get the hit? Do we get the strikeout? Do we get the walk? Or do we get a foul and come back and do it all again? Let's find out. It's a pop-up. Second baseman's underneath that there. And that's taken by Peter Rowe for the 3rd out of the inning. Top of the 7th is done. A little bit more damage happening in there as well. One more run on the board from a home run from catcher Barrios, taking it to a 7-run total. 1 hit going on in there. None left on base. No errors charged to the Cannons in that one. But they have it all to do with 7 runs to make up to force this into extra innings. Otherwise, the Comets are going to get themselves a 3-0 record in the league. Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball is Scotland's first and largest junior baseball organisation. Now is the time to get in touch and join in the fun. Facebook.com/Edinburgh Giants Youth Baseball. Half an inning of excitement to go. Charge your glasses. Come back in a minute. I'm Ewan Spence.
Hey, good eye, 7. Here we go. Let's do it. 2, 3, 4. Good eye, good eye.
We're underway here at the bottom of the 7th. As the Cannons quite simply have to get 7 runs on the board to draw equal. At the moment it's a shutout, 7-0 to the visiting Glasgow Comets. You 1, 2, 3 are Searle, Del Rosario and Smith. Kit Searle, pop up and hit by pitch previously. Fouls that one off down first base line into foul territory and off into the reeds there. Still in his favour though, 3-1. Glasgow Comets, of course, just 3 outs away from what they will take as an exhilarating victory that they can take through the rest of the season. The Cannons last year winning the league and winning the cup. Psychologically, this is going to be a tough one, but they do need to actually bring it into land over the inning. So walk issued there to Kit Searle. Just the 4th base runner for the Edinburgh Cannons in this game. Del Rosario struck out swinging, ground out previously. That one grounds into the glove of the shortstop. Shortstop decides to throw over to second base where to try and catch Kit Searle. Kit Searle making their in time on the slide. Or do we?
One down.
Kit Searle called out there at second base. Miguel Del Rosario reaching on a fielder's choice.
Here we go, 2-4.
2 outs left for the Comets to take a 7-0 victory if they can. Pitch comes in, strike one. Swing there, strike two
Hey, here we go, Connor.
for the interview. Just making sure we got to be lined up. We'll do our best to bring you post-match interview as well.
Guys!
And time call just while we have some people hanging around the outfield fence. And just inside, just inside foul territory. So,
Come into the front of the train.
home plate umpire Thomas Hayward just wanting them just to move off the field of play and tuck themselves under the foul tree. One away so far in the bottom of the 7th. All to do for the Cannons. Runner goes, steals on from first up to second. As that's fouled down third base line. And we reset again. Del Rosario walks back to first base. Connor Smith is at the plate. Strikeout swinging and a ground out previously. Runner goes again. Del Rosario looks to steal second. Balk awarded there from. So Del Rosario was looking for the steal and has taken that on a balk call instead. Nevertheless, puts himself into scoring position. And now taking a lead from second. Fakes doing the steal from third, but just holds back a little. Cannon starting to string a few plays together now. Connor Smith looking to keep that going now. Still one away.
That's a ball! You must come to a stop! Third base!
And you can hear there quite comfortably. JC Martez, who is pitching into his 7th inning for a full game so far. As you can hear there, just needs to come to the stop as needed. Del Rosario, who reached on a fielder's choice and is balked all the way over, and he's Glasgow Comets there believing that time was called and letting Del Rosario spark up a little energy as he comes down to home plate, but that's confirmation that time was called. So he's in scoring position at third base. Connor Smith still at the mound. Pitch comes in. Smith hits that line drive out in the left field, bounces short of the left outfielder, so it's going to be a single RBI. Cannons get one on the board. It's taken them 7 innings to do that. All of that damage coming though from the double balk that put Del Rosario into scoring position. Still one away, still a 6-run lead. Comets will just now need to keep a calm head on. Remember that they do have quite a cushion of runs, but the Comets now are getting some luck, getting some swings, and have got their first run. Balk called once more. It's 3 balks out of 4 pitches now. Martez, who is into 7 innings and now just needing to keep the focus high. A little bit of frustration and tired arm coming into the Glasgow Comets. Looking to seal the game though. 6-1, 7-1 so far. Peter Rowe at the plate. Count is against him, but only just. Hits that high. It's a pop-up. It's staying fair territory. It's going to bounce in the out left field. Nobody there in time. 90 feet comes over. Connor Smith brings himself.
Oh, no, he didn't hold him. No.
Connor Smith is.
Base coach interference. Held him up as he ran in.
Sorry, what's the call?
Base coach interference. He held him up as he ran in.
You call the base coach?
I'm up. I'm up.
We held him up as he ran into the base.
No,
I'm calling it.
What do you mean held up? Like as in like?
So stop, helping him stop.
Oh, he physically touched
Yeah.
him. You can't physically touch.
Should be that clear. Thankfully, we have the field mic up there. So Connor Smith is called out on base coach interference coming into third base for the second out of the 7th inning. We only play 7 here. So where we stand now, Peter Rowe has taken a single there to put himself on the first base, but it's 2 away, just 1 out remaining for the Comets to take a 7-1 victory. All to do for the Cannons just to get into the 8th innings for overtime. But you play it 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 base run at a time. Pitch comes in, it's outside high, but it's going to touch the zone for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strike.
1-1.
Okay. Ball against.
And we got a low equal count, 1-1 there. Pitch comes in, it's swung on, goes up to the glove for the second baseman's there. It's fumbled out of the glove, throws down to the first baseman, not in time. Another 90 feet added all the way around there. Steve Silverberg, first baseman for the Cannons, making it himself up to first base there. Handed the single there. Although, do note, we're doing the unofficial scores here. We'll check after the game. But with conditions in the ground and a bouncing ball, looks to be the single there. Pitch comes in to Gonzalez, who hits that high and long. It's into the deep center field, and it goes into the glove there of Pereira. He comfortably takes that out of the air. That's the 3rd out for the 7th inning. And that there is this game. It's a 7-1 game consolation run for the Edinburgh Cannons coming in at the very end there. And let's just go and hit the numbers for that bottom of the 7th in one more. 3 hits there taken by the Edinburgh Cannons as they look to make a comeback. 1 run and 2 left on base there. But nevertheless, not enough for the overall game. The Cannons putting up just the 1 run of 5 hits with 4 left on base and with 1 error charged to them. Held very much by a Glasgow Comets team, which put a lot of trust into their pitcher with final line score coming through there. 7 runs there, coming off 1, 2, 3, 4, coming off 8 hits with 5 left on base. We do need to go back, but unofficially we don't see any errors charged to the Comets in that game there. Your final score is 7-1. We'll see if we can get you the score from the Tayport Galaxy game. It sounds like that's still going on, so we don't have that at the moment. But here we are at Bobby Thompson Field, and joining me now is the winning captain, Ian Davidson. We'll just get the headset up there for you and bring you in there as we do our post-game interview. Ian,
hello.
Let's start off quite simply. How are you feeling?
That was good. That was great. That was a lovely one. We just played nice, controlled baseball the whole time. we never let ourselves get carried away. We just kept nice, consistent playing and saw the game out.
What was the plan coming into the game?
That was exactly it. It was just to keep our heads. We all know that we've got a really good group of ball players, and I think where we've come and done in the past is, as we all know in Scottish baseball, the big inning can come at any time, and I just wanted us to be ready for it, but more importantly, just play with freedom and feel like the pressure was on the Cannons today. I just wanted us to go out and play loose, and we did that, and we got the result.
What do you think was the bigger inning then? Do you reckon it was the 3 runs in the 6th or the 2 runs in the 1st?
Those insurance runs were big. Again, was it a 3-run lead up until that one? That can disappear in a heartbeat. To start strong was excellent, but I mean, we know the Cannons are an excellent team, and we know that they can turn on the bats at any time. So difficult to say. All runs are good runs, in my opinion.
Talk about the decision to leave Martez out pitching for the whole game.
I didn't want to do that today, to be honest. I didn't even want to start him today, but Juan felt good. He wanted to play, and I know that he's obviously well known to the Cannons, and I think he wanted to show them what he has. I would have loved to have subbed someone in, but he was going so well, looking so effortless. I thought it was
just times that you're just saying, stay in the groove, don't follow the numbers, follow
the
the heart of baseball.
Exactly, and we've got 2 weeks off, so a bit of time for him to get some rest before coming back and torching his arm again in 2 weeks' time.
In terms of your own game, are you annoyed you hit that ball so hard for the ground rule double, rather than getting the triple and getting all the way around for an extra base?
I don't mind. I was slumping a little bit coming in today, so just to make solid contact, I was happy with that. Still not contributing in terms of scoring runs or driving them in, but it's going to come.
In terms of the bats' performance, we've got a note here that it's a 2.5 home run game. Barrios getting a single RBI home run, Pereira getting a 2 RBI home run, and Flores getting a little league home run.
Yeah, yeah, we did it in all shapes and ways today. I think the thing I was most impressed with was our defense on that side of the ball. Thought we gave Juan Carlos excellent support behind him. Allowed him to not have to feel like he had to try and strike everyone out, get the ball on his own. We did it on both sides of the ball today, and it was a great performance.
As you said there, your next weekend off with the schedule. How do you keep the momentum going? Actually 3-0 for the season now.
It's not, unfortunately. We lost against Galaxy last week.
Would you like to be 3-0 in the season?
I would love to.
3-1. My apologies.
I think the guys just need to have a rest and take some time with their families next week. To be honest, we've been training hard during the week, and I think that's starting to pay dividends now. But weekends off in the summer are important as well. So the guys should just enjoy themselves next weekend and be ready to play the week after.
All right, then Ian Davidson there, captain of the Glasgow Comets there, and sorry, I was going to give you 3 up. Clearly, the other Glasgow team would remind me. 3-1 lead. We're waiting to hear the result down from Tayport at the moment, but that will put you first or second in the league. Thanks very much for all of you joining us. Both coming out live on YouTube. I'm all over the shop. We've not had the cameras on for the YouTube stream. Now there's a camera running, I'm getting all problematic. But thank you for listening. If you're watching us on Play again, thank you for watching. If you're watching just the interview, that's Ian. He looks much nicer than me. I'm Ewan Spencer. It's a reason I stay behind the microphone. And it's hopefully to keep you all engaged and entertained as we go through Baseball Scotland. We're going to be bringing you pre-recorded games throughout the next 2 weeks, midweek, and we'll be back for more live baseball on Sunday, the 25th of May. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and hasty back.